is 5 o'clock. We are supposed to leave the house in maybe 30 minutes because I've been trying to catch 2-car marathon to the start of the Pembrokeshire coastal path. There you go. So we left this morning at 5:30. It is now 2 o'clock. Just arrived in Poppit, which is this little beach area here, and that is the start of the Pembrokeshire coast path. So that means that I've literally just walked from here to there as the first few steps of the original trail. It's been a very long journey. It's also been highly anxiety inducing for me because I really do struggle with buses, and it was 90 minutes of what felt for me torture. As much as I love these trips, I'm also just gonna show you all the things that stress me a lot and give a little bit insight of how I navigate it, why I do what I do, and how I fight through these shitty moments. We're here. I haven't really eaten anything yet because of traveling. That usually takes my appetite, but I can feel it coming in and I'm hungry. So I'm gonna go a little bit further ahead, hopefully get a really nice view, and then have some lunch. Whee! It is 7:30. I'm about 4k from where I didn't want to be by the end of today, but then my water filter broke, so I don't have a water filter, ergo I couldn't refill my bottles, and I'm completely out of water. I maybe have this much water left, which is definitely not going to last me until tomorrow, and not going to give me any food today or tomorrow or coffee or anything whatsoever. So I decided to push ahead and actually go into Newport, which is really not something I've wanted to do because that makes it today a 20k day. I'm gonna have about an hour more, and that's probably giving me sunset time arrival, and then all I want is to pitch a tent and go to fuck to sleep. Got here, find a camp spot, set up my door stand for the very first time. Is my very first one-person tent, so I'm already a bit panicking because it's very small. I have to get used to having my backpack outside and not in the outer tent rather than inside. So I think we're gonna get used to it, but I'm so chuffed. So we are deep in day 2. I don't know what time it is, maybe 11:30. Been going good. It's a bit cloudy today and overcast, and also a little bit more windy, which is fresh, but I don't complain because it actually makes it much more pleasure to walk, because yesterday was pretty hot In the far distance there, this is a cruise ship. So this is Fishguard. That's where we're gonna go, and then we're gonna get some food. And then somewhere out there, I think is where I'm planning to spend the night.
One of the things I said I'm not gonna do is paint like a very rosy gold rainbow picture of what hiking looks like for me. While I'm like very passionate about it and I generally do love it, it is still very, very, very hard for me. I struggle a lot from being away from home and like not being able to just go home in a heartbeat. Like now somewhere on a beautiful campground. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna spend the night here and then go on tomorrow. But there's like no railway station nearby. There's no bus stop anywhere close, and I'm all alone, and that is something that gives me so much anxiety. And in the past I would have literally paid hundreds of bucks to take a taxi just to go home. It makes me cry, it makes me anxious. But then I have to like fight through it, because the lesson I'm learning is that I need to carry home within me. I cannot have a physical location be my safe space. The only space where I can heal and recover. But that's really, really hard, because every fiber in my body just wants to run back to the train station now and take the first train tomorrow morning, rather than knowing that I need to walk at least 2 or 3 more days forward to be able to do that. That's really scary to me. But yeah, I wanted to share.
We are about an hour into day 3. I've put my hat on because there's barely any clouds in the sky, so very, very hot already. Got my shorts on, and we're at this gorgeous, gorgeous little beach. There's like almost no people. There's like one person. We have quite big plans for today, depending on how I'm feeling after yesterday. Again, I have an idea and then I have reality, and I'm okay with that. We're going towards St. David's, and hopefully plan to stop somewhere at a beach and take a little dippy dip if it's not too windy and if the weather stays warm. Yeah. Hello.
It is morning of day 4, 9 o'clock. I've left the campsite about an hour ago to go back into town, get some food, which ended up being more a coffee and a brioche for breakfast than anything more substantial for today. I put on my shoes for the first time right now. My feet are pretty destroyed and very painful. You know, that's life. It's gonna get better. We're not. I've been on the street. I'm gonna go back to the coastal path and then just see where the day takes me, as I usually do. I would really like to wash my hair tonight. We have arrived in my hostel for the night. I took a shower for the first time in basically like 4 days. I mean, I did do like washes quickly, but properly like scrub stuff, wash my hair, which is so overdue, not washed out since Thursday and now it's Tuesday. I've also done some inventory on the food that I have left and to the supermarket and got some fresh food. I stocked up on crisps, some savory snacks, different kind of like bars is whatever they had. I had like to go one of them, one of each. I should get into town 2 days from now, but in the meantime it's actually going to be very, very remote. There's one more village after this, maybe like 2 miles down from here. And then from there, it's literally going to be in the middle of nowhere. So therefore, I really wanted to make sure that I've got enough. I've got one little fresh bakey thingy, which will come in, probably already be eaten for breakfast. Then I got cheese and guacamole. So that will be my lunch together with whatever's left from my little Warburton flats. Dinner tomorrow will be noodles. There's also some bars and some snacks in there, so honestly probably I bought too much, like I usually do, but better sorry than no. Better safe than sorry. Good morning. It is shortly before 7. I woke up at 6. The night was nice. It was very comfortable. It was very warm. But I have the worst allergies, like very many people at this point. I've got terrible allergies. So it was very hard to breathe and I still sound very nasally because of it. That was very bothersome, but gonna go get some breakfast. Already packed quite a bit, just like the basics, and I'm packing back up. Gonna finish packing up, get out the door, and get moving. I've been wading through this thick grass for the past hours. We're finally coming back to a trail. So I'm currently walking on this weird looking tarmac overgrown patch, and I've just rang to book a night in a campsite. And actually, as I was speaking to the owner, he was telling me, he's like, if you come even over to the old landing strip, you get to the back of my farm. I was like, wait a minute. So apparently this used to be
landing strips for planes. There's 3 in kind of a weird triangle shape, and they're freaking long. And I will have to ask him what type of planes land here. So I would reckon those are for like military plane for defense, because we're quite one of the most western points of the country. But I'll have to confirm. It's gotten much hotter already. Should be on my new campsite in about maybe like 20 minutes.
The morning after 6, and it's the first morning that, or the first night that I slept through fully, and I'm not ready to wake up. But you know what? We slept through. We slept fully well, so new day. Let go. I'm having a flapjack bar for breakfast and a cold shake instant coffee in a bottle. I'm sitting here, I'm all packed up, putting on my shoes about 50 minutes after waking up, so that's pretty good. Now is the torture part of getting into my shoes and starting to walk. We got this. I am at my campsite. I'm showered. I'm gonna have some dinner.
These are going to be some of my last miles on the coastal path, because I think this is the second last village before Tenby, which is my final destination. Officially the trail would continue for about 10-11 more kilometers to Emroth, but I early decided that I don't want to go all the way there because you have to come back to Tenby in a bus, and there's been a lot of strikes up to a point where there were absolutely no buses running for the last weekend. I decided that I'm not gonna risk it and go all the way to then have to walk back because there's nothing available. So my journey is gonna end in Tenby, and that is okay, which I'm probably gonna reach today. I mean, very likely. And then I'm going to spend one more night because again there's no trains this afternoon, and then taking the one train that's running tomorrow morning to go back home. hotel room cooking for the last night here in Tenby. I got food for tomorrow for my trip home. I got some facial cream to actually finally hydrate. And having some pasta and some candy for dinner.